Hi everyone, welcome back to Function Pilates. I'm Vanessa Kelly, founder of Function Pilates, located here in Tempe, Arizona. I am back again with another reformer workout, specifically for those that play golf, but it's still a full body reformer workout. I think you'll have a lot of fun with it, even if you don't play golf at all. I am going to use a yoga block and also a 2-pound weight. It's not like a requirement that you need it, but there'll be options for you to use it in a couple of the exercises. I am working on a balanced body piece of equipment, and I will make some recommended spring settings for those that are working on a different model at home. For those that are new, welcome. I have over 50 equipment workouts here on the channel, and you can find those in the playlist section, all categorized by different apparatus. For those that are interested in becoming a Pilates instructor or enhancing your own Pilates knowledge and putting together your own workouts at home, Function Pilates does have its own teacher training course, and we do it virtually. So it is off to another start in the fall. So if you're interested in learning more about those details, you can inquire in the link below in that description box. And then for those that are actually interested in becoming a business owner, a Pilates studio owner, having that in your neighborhood, Function Pilates is a groundbreaking franchise. We're registered in over 30 states. I would love to talk more about how you can have your own Function Pilates in your neighborhood. And for those instructors that are, or studio owners, I should say, that are interested in generating more instructors in the studio or generating some extra income, Function Pilates teacher training program is available for master trainers. So if that is something that you see yourself doing, go ahead and click on the link below for more information. And for those that are looking for other recommended workouts, something similar to this, you can also check out those links below. And then for everyone else that is just ready to get started, let's go ahead and begin. Let's go ahead and begin by adjusting our footwork springs. So I have on a regular heavy weight, which is 3.5 springs, 2 reds, 1 green, and 1 yellow. So finding that medium to heavy weight for you, and then lying down, taking that moment to settle in, stretching out through the low back, maybe your shoulders and chest. And then we'll begin to set our heels up on top of the foot bar. Toes are pointed up, maybe take a look, stretch it out. And making sure that you are in complete alignment, that your ankles are tracking nicely with your knees and your knees are tracking nicely with your hips. Our purpose here is to really avoid adding momentum through the ankles, so our focus is stabilizing as much as possible. So think about applying activation through the back of your legs, through those hamstrings. Beautiful. So about 10 repetitions, and then let's shift it to the toes, parallel, about fist distance apart from each other. So there should be some space between your ankles and your knees. Again, those knees are tracking like railroad tracks, as the knees point up towards the ceiling as you bend. Exhale to press out, inhale to bend here. Beautiful. So again, taking inventory of your body, neck and shoulders relaxed, jaw is softened. Let's go heels together, toes apart for that Pilates V. So exhale to straight legs and think of zipping those inner thighs together, allowing you to lift up from your pelvic floor, scooping that belly in, belly button to spine, and really allowing that to help stabilize your hips here. Keep those heels hugging nicely together and equal pressure into the ball of the feet. Let's go ahead and bring the heels up on top of that foot bar, nice and wide. Knees are going to be in line with your shoulders. So again, at any point, you can always glance up to make sure that alignment is correct. Now focus here and really think about, are you applying equal pressure in both of those heels, or are you dominating on one or more side? Are those ankles still being stabilized so that you can feel your calves working? Beautiful. Let's stay wide. Just go down to your toes, heels are lifted. Find that elevation through your ankle. And notice how this may be a little bit more challenging, mainly because we have more range of motion here. So the distance is longer. Perfect. Again, relax the toes, equally pressing through that foot bar. Arms are long, shoulders are down and back, opening up that chest. Let's go ahead and bring the feet back in through the center. You can connect both feet together as we drop the heels under and lift. So we're avoiding any bounciness, any momentum. It's a very controlled articulation to lower those heels under and super slow on that lift. Beautiful. Really stretching and exercising our toes, and bend those knees to return home. Good. So heels together, toes apart, press out, and continue with those calf raises. You got it. So we're just getting the calf muscle at a different angle, so it's gonna feel a little bit more tiring, especially if you're not used to working that muscle in this way. Return home. Let's go toes together, heels apart, and prance it out. Good. So just pedal those feet out one at a time, getting a nice stretch, finding a rhythm and a flow that works best for you. And then go ahead and take the balls or the arches of your feet on that foot bar and massage it out. So think reflexology here as you just kind of apply pressure, roll your ankles in, roll your ankles out, and just working them all the way up and down that foot bar. So there's no right or wrong there. And then when you're done, come in, we're gonna carefully sit ourselves up, and I'm gonna take it to a 1.5 springs. So 1 red, 1 blue. Lie yourself down. So this will feel a little bit more on the heavier side as we're working through our upper body. Hands to the ceiling, bringing one leg at a top into tabletop. Hold those knees together. Exhale, press those arms straight down. So what is the goal here? What is our muscle focus? I want you to focus on thinking about your back muscles. Even though you're using your arms, I want the activation. I want you to facilitate the movement from your back. Hopefully that makes sense here. Open out to a T, exhale to pull in. Same idea. Even as you're pulling your palms into your hips, you're activating those muscles underneath your armpits. So don't just be floppy with the arms. That's why there's heavier springs. So this can be a complete arm exercise and back exercise. We're gonna take it out in the about midway here between those two first exercises, like a high V as you pull down here. Exhale and exhale. Bring those arms back up. Set the feet down for a moment. Take a breather. Arms are still up in the air, bringing those legs back into tabletop one at a time. Extend the right leg out. Exhale, drop that arms down. Good. So what are we doing here? The right leg is out. You should feel the extra challenge in your core. Even though we're not even adding flexion here, you're gonna feel your abs working just as hard. Beautiful. Bring that right leg in, extend that left leg, exhale, press. So things to be really focused on is that you're not arching your back, you're still maintaining all the natural curves of your spine. So if this is challenging for you, raise your extended leg up higher towards the ceiling and see if that makes a difference. Beautiful, bring it home and relax. Hanging up those handles on the pegs, we're gonna sit, actually we're gonna stay here for a second. We're gonna take that headrest down and we're gonna just work on this 1.5 springs for our bridging. So if this is challenging, add an extra spring, but for now, we're gonna really get into those hamstrings. Arms are by your side, you're bridging yourself up. You're gonna feel your glutes, feel the back of your legs here. Taking a moment and then slowly thinking about dropping through your hips to stay in line, stay elevated to push in and out, nice and slow. So the slower you go, the more you drag that carriage in, is going to be a little bit more challenging. And that's what our goal is to really strengthen the back side of our body. Lower back down. Good. Take a breath here, nice and slow. We're going to bridge ourselves back up again. We're going to float the right leg to tabletop and super slow, tiny little pulses back and forth with that left leg. If you're getting a cramp, breathe through it, take a break and jump back into it. Otherwise, do what you can. Even if it feels like it's just like a 1/2 inch going out, that's the work. That's the the actual focus that we're looking for to make the improvements. And then lower those hips back down. Beautiful. Go ahead and push those legs to straight, get a stretch there. Bring those arms up for a roll up. Super slow, articulate the spine. Sit all the way up straight and return home. Good. Alrighty. So from this position, we're going to go ahead and attach all of our springs on for our Shortbox abdominal series. So make sure you have your safety strap handy, and then also a 2 to 3 pound weight as an option. Then go ahead and have a seat on your box. You're going to secure your feet with the strap. And then keeping those feet on the ledge here, go ahead and sit up nice and tall. Make sure you have a good amount of distance for your legs. And then grab that weight if you have one. So having it right in front of you, elbows are going to be wide. Take a breath, exhale, round that back to lower. Hold, keep those feet pressing into the ledge. Exhale, re-articulate to nice and tall. So nice and easy, we go back to our challenge point. Re-stack up, getting taller. So what is our challenge point? When you feel that quiver, that is when you know you've gone to the point where you want to stop. And then think about pressing those feet in a little bit more. Add a rotation, both sides, return all the way up. So again, we're challenging our obliques. We rotate to the right, come center, rotate, come center, and return. So the breath cycle, we exhale, lower back. We inhale to the right, exhale through center, inhale to the left, exhale through center. So you want to exert that energy and really draw those abs in. Perfect. So again, we're lowering it down. We're going to open to a T. We're going to go ahead and cross our arms over and up. So the arms are crossed in this genie position. One hand is on top of the weight and one hand is holding the weight. Beautiful. So this is creating imbalance here. As you open to a T, because you have that weight in one hand, you're going to have to really work hard on the other side to stay equally pressing into the box here. Good. So switching your handles or your weight, open out to a T, return yourself back up again. Exhale it open. Inhale here, exhale to close, and return. Good. All the way down. Open and close. Beautiful. And return. Good. Okay, so right into our side overs. So you're going to keep your left foot in. You're going to take your right foot on top of the box. Have your right hand on your hip here, left hand with that weight, if you have one. Take your arm all the way up overhead. Dip yourself down. Exhale, rotate and look at the weight. Dip down on your inhale. Exhale, rotate and look at your weight. Yes. So find that nice flow that moves good for you. Lower it down. Exhale it up. I'm going to challenge you to really keep your left leg nice and quiet here. The more you keep it stable and quiet, the more challenging this exercise is going to be, where you're actually getting more focus into those obliques. Beautiful. And I like this with the arm just because we're getting so much more shoulder and arm movement here. Perfect. And then return up. Securing your right foot into that strap, you're going to turn yourself around. Left hand on the hip, nice and tall for me. Right hand's going to go up over the ear, bicep to ear, dip it down for the inhale. Exhale, lift. Beautiful. Puff your chest up a little bit more here. You got it. Stabilize through your hips, stabilize through that right leg. Think of that, reaching that arm over, but we're not reaching with our shoulder, so keep that shoulder locked into place. Beautiful. And again, we dip for the inhale and exhale to return all the way up. Good. Navel to spine, keep that belly pulled in. Almost there. And lift and sit yourself back up. Good job. Okay. So from here, let's go ahead and step off carefully. We're going to put the weight down. We don't need that box at this moment. And then we're going to go ahead and take our foot bar back up, and we're adjusting our springs to a lighter spring. So I'm down to a yellow, which is a really, really light spring. You can always do blue to add a little bit more, but we're going to jump off this. So from a kneeling position, you're going to push away from your foot bar here. So the lighter the spring, the more hang time you have going out, but it might be a little easier on your upper body. And then if you feel good about this, see if you can start to come all the way up to a kneeling position. And if you feel even better, you can add these rotations. Otherwise, just start to focus on pushing, jumping in and out with your arms. Perfect. And when you open up those arms, really widen through the chest here. Yeah, shoulders are dropping down as you pick up the speed. Navel to spine. Push those hips forward to kneeling. It's challenging your balance here. And then returning back. We're up. Good. Getting a little bit of fresh air. Just feel the breeze. Good. Keep those shoulders locked into place. So important. Beautiful. Enough to build a little bit of stamina here. Get the heart rates going. Take a child's pose if that feels good for you. And then we're going to return back in. Good. So I'm going to keep the same spring. It's a lighter spring. That yellow, which is an extra light. Mainly because we're going to do upper body. So find what works best for you. Right hand is in the handle, left hand on your hip. Taking your right arm, you're going to add a rotation. So find a natural bend to your elbow and try not to move that or lose that bend. And the rotation is occurring from your torso. Does that make sense? And then return through center. Good. So you're not really pulling with your arm. You're actually doing this movement with your upper body and your obliques, more importantly. Good. Your shoulder is going to feel the work because it's holding on, it's stabilizing through that strap. And then you're going to take the handle and take it to your left hand. Deep breath there. Exhale, open up for sword. Inhale to bend. So make sure there is some separation with your knees to provide balance and support as you're kneeling. And then make sure that your hips are squared and shoulders are squared facing outward, that you're not starting to rotate whatsoever. Bring that right arm out, palm is looking away. Left arm goes out. We're going to rotate to the right. Inhale through center. Good. Drop that arm down. So we're same our sword. Hold it to a T. Rotate to the right. Come back through center and allow that arm to go down. Beautiful job. So again, lots of rotation is what our focus is. Obliques is our biggest focus. And open, shoulders down, create that space between your shoulder and your ear. Beautiful. And setting that down nice and slow. Okay, so then from here, we're going to go ahead, grab a hold of your block if you have one of those handy. And again, I'm on that really light spring. We're going to do a lunge here. We're going to add some rotation. So the block is there to bring the floor up to us. So hands to the hips. Nice and slow. We're just going to take a moment here to find our rhythm. Bending through that right knee, lunging down, feeling that hip flexor stretch on that left hip. Beautiful. Good. And we're going to add on here. So left hand's going to go to the block. Right hand's going to go up towards the ceiling to rotate. Hand to the hip. Come back to your lunge. And again, we drop it down, left hand to the block, open up to a T, hand to the hip, and return up. You got it. So it's a very active stretch that we're doing here. So take your time with it. This is not to be rushed whatsoever. It should just feel good. Maybe take that hand behind you. Maybe rotate a tiny bit more, puff that chest up. And then go ahead and return back to the top. Beautiful. Okay, so then from here, we're going to go ahead and repeat everything on the other side, going back into that upper body work. So no spring adjustment just yet. Left hand in that handle. Again, you're going to find the shape. Keep the angle at your elbow, and then the rotation is occurring with your upper body. Focus on those obliques as you twist. And just, you can feel it like you're cinching through the waist here. And if you had your hand on your obliques on your right side, you would feel those activate. Shoulder is down, neck is going to stay long. Perfect. Again, if you are a little weaker or a little stronger, you can always adjust the spring tension to make it work for you. Adjust the handle to the right hand and going in for sword. Good. So as you open out into this angle, that palm is looking straight ahead. Exhale, open it up wide. Exhale to open it up. Beautiful. Left hand goes out. Remember, we're adding this rotation, so you're going to turn to your left. And exhale, pull through center. Drop that right arm down and open out to that angle. Good. Open it out to your T, rotating. Drop that arm down. Good. Shoulders away, reaching in opposite directions of the room. Stay tall. Breathe. And lower it. Open it up. Twist. Perfect. Go ahead and drop that down. We're going to step on off to the other side to go in for our lunge and our upper body rotational stretch. So again, have that block handy. Just shift it over to the other side. Just making sure that the springs aren't in the way here. And then from that position, once it's in a good place for you, hands to those hips, you're going to drop it for the lunge. So again, we're going into that more active stretch here on that front of the right hip. Good. Bending through that left knee. Again, rising tall. We're going to lower it down for your lunge and return up. Nice and straight. Perfect. Let's take that right hand down. Open up to a T. Left hand reaches to the ceiling. Return that hand to the hip. Come all the way back up again. Perfect. And don't forget to breathe as we're really focusing on the movement pattern here. So once you have that movement pattern down, just really embrace it. Find the breath flow that works for you. Breathing that all in. And just relaxing those neck and shoulders. Yes. And just finding awareness. Does this side feel tighter? Does it feel more flexible? Hand behind the back if that feels good for you. Get a little deeper in that twist. And then return and come all the way back up. Good. All right. So returning ourselves back in. Moving along here, we're going to go ahead and take it into some planks. So we're going to grab a hold of our box again, but let's take the foot bar down flat. And then what we'll do is go into a little skater series before we actually get into that box. Sorry about that. So standing tall, right foot is up against the edge of the carriage, hands behind the low back. Find that nice deep squat position as you straighten out through that right leg. So what I mean by that is let's shift your weight back into your heels. So again, that your glutes and hamstrings are really feeling more of the work. Good. Balancing here, we're going to add in a little bit of a leg lift. So your skater, extend the leg out straight, lift it up, feel those external rotators on that right hip, sit it back, go back into skater, standing up, lift. Good. And again, sitting back. So even if it's a little lift here, you're going to still feel those external rotators on the right side of your hip. Really fire up. Good. And continue. Burn it out here. Stay low, nothing fast. Keep it slow, deliberate. Straightening the leg, bending the knee, and sitting yourself back up. Good. Curtsy it around, and we're burning it out one more time. Little pulses up and down, nice and tall for me. Making sure that you are sitting your weight back, and then up we go. Okay, shake it out. We'll do the other side. So there was 3 different versions here. So finding your left foot on the edge of the carriage, hands behind the back, chest is open. Go ahead and sit yourself back nice and low. And then when you're ready, you're just pushing out with that left leg. So the right leg is your stabilizing leg. It's your rooted leg. We're not swaying the body left or right. We're going to stay nice and still. So keep that right knee tracking over the ankle. Up we go, extending your left leg, a little lift, and then back to your skater. Extend. Stand up, left leg goes out, we lift. And maybe there's more range of motion, maybe there's less range of motion here, but it's the things that I want you to become more aware of so that you understand your body. Good. Standing up, extend the leg, we lift. Bring that back to the carriage. Reach. Good. And we lift. Beautiful. And from here, you're going to stay low. Good. Nice and easy. Press it out. Sit back a little bit more. Can you do that? Feel those glutes. Abs are in, shoulders down. And then we're going to stand it up. We're going to take that leg, curtsy it back. Good. And then little pulses. Stay tall. We're not looking down. You're looking straight ahead. Keep your weight back. And you should feel your glutes here working. Beautiful. This is really good strengthening of your knee as well. So make sure that knee doesn't track forward in front of those toes. Shake it out when you're ready. And then this time we are grabbing the box. So go ahead and place that on your foot bar. Make sure it's nice and secure. So check on both sides. And notice I haven't changed the springs. So we're still on that same spring system, but if you need to go any heavier, feel free. Kneeling, facing the box here. You're going to go right into your plank. Pull those knees in towards the chest. Side plank it. Good. So lots of steps here. Take your time. We're going to drag the knees in, hold. Now we're going to open up the right arm. Find your plank. Good. Back through center. So there's a lot of pivoting with the feet here. So take your time because this is creating tons of balance. And then making sure, even more importantly, that you're not dropping your hips down where you're getting into your low back. Watch that the shoulders are staying down so you're not going to cause any injury to your shoulder. And then let's see if we can even add on. Bend those knees, straighten it out in the side plank variation. Beautiful. Upper body is super stable. Pull it in and reach. Return through center. Good, deep breath. Nice and slow. We shift it to the other side. Reach high to the sky. We're going to bend those knees in, extend long. Good. Try to keep your upper body lifted. Don't collapse into the shoulder. Raise those obliques up a little higher if you can. Good. And then we come back through the center and return. Perfect. Find your child's pose here. Again, if you are having a day where you just want to continue with the flow and you're used to the workout, definitely take any of the stretches out and just continue into that next exercise to really build up stamina and to really build more of a faster flow for yourself. So we're going to change out into our loops if you're not already there. And then go ahead and lie down on your back. We're going to go ahead and take those loops, placing them on our feet. Good. So just take a moment, center yourself here, make sure that you are in a good position with your hips and spine. And then go ahead and lower those legs, circle them around for a nice good stretch. So again, if you have the ability to go wide and you have a good amount of stability through your hips, go ahead and increase that flexibility through your legs. But I want you to focus on keeping equal pressure into the straps. So notice if you're favoring one leg or the other. And then take note here, is one leg going out wider than the other? So see if you can make any adjustments if need be so everything is equal. Reverse when you're ready. Tailbone is grounded, so the tailbone should be really secure and anchored into the carriage. And then I want you to go ahead and do one more thing and really, if you're not overly hyperextended through the knees, try to press your knees to the wall in front of you and see if that helps to increase the stretch. The legs should feel energetic and active as they're reaching out to the sides. And take it into frog, heels together, toes apart. You're drawing those knees in. Abs are staying drawn in towards the floor. Take a moment to take inventory. So neck and shoulders relax, facial muscles are relaxed, jaw is softened, palms are flat. Bring those legs back up. Exhale to press down. Inhale here and exhale to press down. Good. Really pushing from the back of the legs. You got it. Bring that in, find that Buddha position to stretch it out. Just really take note of how your body is feeling. And then we can carefully exit out one at a time and returning all the way up to a seated position. Beautiful. Find those standing roll downs to complete your workout today. Parallel with the feet, sweep those arms up. We're going to drive it all the way down. Relax your neck and shoulders. As you restack, your abs get pulled in first, shoulders roll back. One more time there, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the workout. If you did like it, hit a thumbs up, and even better, become a subscriber, and I will see you next time.